You are a woman by birth, born on earth, so always full of pep, exhibiting courage at every step. You lead from the forefront, confident and graceful. To flora and fauna, you tolerate nothing distasteful. A visionary you are from the very beginning. You walk in style with no signs of slackening. Failures for you are an opportunity to improve. You bow not your head until all has been achieved and said. You are a driving force, a guide and a mentor. To you all look up for courage, right, left and center. You are never a woman to quit, nor someone also always sit. You're always on the go, never to rest before you hit the show. Always achieving more, more and more.
एक नन्ही परी का जन्म हुआ। बड़े प्यार से उसके माता पिता ने उसका नाम कविता रखा।
चोरी से छुप छुप के मैंने चोरी से छुप छुप के तिनका चुन के सपना एक बनाया।
जो अच्छे लोग होते हैं भगवान उन्हें बहुत प्यार करते हैं और उन्हें जल्दी बुला लेते हैं। बेटा, आपकी माँ बहुत अच्छी थी।
डोरी से बुन बुन के मैंने डोरी से बुन बुन के टुकड़ा टुकड़ा सी के सपना एक बनाया। टुकड़ा टुकड़ा सी के सपना एक बनाया।
कठिन समय भी कविता को नहीं रोक पाया, वो आगे बढ़ने लगी।
सपने रे सपने मेरे सच हो जाना रे हो जाना रे हो जाना रे। सपने रे सपने मेरे सच हो जाना रे हो जाना रे हो जाना रे।
ये क्या तरीका है दरवाजा बंद करने का? गाड़ी में बैठना भी नहीं जानती।
मैं बहुत मेहनत करूंगी और एक दिन खुद की गाड़ी खरीदूंगी।
आंखों में ढेर सारे सपने लिए महज 16 साल की उम्र में वो सपनों की नगरी सूरत आई।
आजा डायरी में छुपा दूं, आजा तुझको चोटी में बांधूं, कहीं किसी को न दिख जाए। सपने रे सपने मेरे हाथ तेरा कस के पकड़ तेरे मैं चल दूं, डर तुझे ना किसी से लग जाए। सपने मेरे।
2008 में कविता को अपने सपने पूरे करने का एक जरिया मिला। कहते हैं मुंबई में सपने उन्हीं के पूरे होते हैं जिनकी आंखें खुली होती हैं।
रातों को जग जग के मैंने रातों को जग जग के तारा चुन के सपना एक बनाया। तारा चुन के सपना एक बनाया। सपने रे सपने मेरे सच हो जाना रे हो जाना रे हो जाना रे। सपने रे
भविष्य उन्हीं लोगों का है जो अपने सपनों की सुंदरता में विश्वास करते हैं। अगर आप सपने देख सकते हैं तो उन्हें पूरा भी कर सकते हैं और उसका जीता जागता उदाहरण है वीपी कविता सुगंध।
So guys, are you ready to receive the most beautiful, the most warmest, and our friend,
Our upline,
our lifeline,
lifeline.
none other than, please don't jump, please be there where you are.
Just behave, be in your seats, guys.
Just be there
Just be there.
and send your love from there. Open your hearts for none other than we partner, Kavita
Kavita
Sugandh.
Sugandh.
छुप छुप के तिनका तिनका चुन के सपना एक बनाया डोरी से बुन बुन के मैंने डोरी से बुन बुन के टुकड़ा टुकड़ा सी के सपना एक बनाया टुकड़ा टुकड़ा सी के सपना एक बनाया सपने रे सपने मेरे सच हो जाना रे हो जाना रे हो जाना रे सपने रे सपने मेरे सच हो जाना रे हो जाना रे हो जाना रे
Okay. Sit down. No need to get emotional. Sit down. So you want me to come down and talk? Okay. I'll. A little later. Let me take a feel. You know why I always take a feel of the stage first and then I go down and talk? Because this was a dream. Many years back. This was a dream. And by the way, before coming here, 2 days before, I knew there are two people called Gautam Dhuru and Digvijay Singh are going to do some drama before calling me. Okay? And they will try to make me emotional and ruin my module. But I said, okay, I will not put any feelings to what they're doing. Because I don't want to cry. Okay, so why I take a feel? Because this was a dream. So my first week on, I remember. For how many of you, the first event ever? Wow. So I was sitting just like you in 2009 or 10, okay, in week on. My first event had no clue, okay, by the third day, I was so excited that, you know, there is this in-service who manned the stage. I don't know where they are right now. Yeah, but then there's this in-service who manned the stage. And after the break, when you come and dance, okay, so the in-service doesn't let you enter the stage. So there was tight security. After the break, everybody was dancing. Somehow, okay, I just sneaked in, got on the stage, okay, and they did not realize that I'm already on stage, and I just looked around. And there were around 10,000 people dancing. The stadium was full. And I promised myself, standing on that stage, that I will have an event where each and every person sitting in the arena will be my team. Because I love to clap for others, I love to learn from others, and I always do, but I can't do it for too long. I can't keep clapping for others. So, if I have to do it too long, I feel jealous, and I push myself to do it so that people clap for me then. Okay, so this was a dream, and 2018 was the first year when we did our first DWD, and the dream came true. And I'm sure now a lot of you will go back. Now, don't try this stunt tomorrow in the break. Okay? So now, I'm sure a lot of you will have the similar dream where you would want to have an event where you bring in your 15,000 people or 20,000 people or 50,000 people and do the event. Yes? Make sure you make your dream come true. Just don't say yes. So now, with the act that happened on the stage, probably you understood, or maybe you got a gist of the first half of my life where, yeah, there were struggles and like everybody sitting here, you all have struggles in your life, so there's no point keep talking about what happened when you could not even control it when you were a kid. So yes, coming from a very tough childhood, okay, where I lost my mom when I was very young, and let's not go there. So, you know, coming from that kind of a childhood, and people have to, you know, do a lot of effort. People had to put in a lot of effort. Whoever I go and meet, they put a lot of effort to actually dream. Right? So when you sign up, and when your upline tells you to write 20 dreams, difficult, isn't it? Difficult or easy? Difficult. Yeah, takes time to reach till 20th. Because, and sometimes to finish 20, you start writing bullshit. Correct? Chalo, ye bhi likh dete hain. Khatam karna hai, otherwise they will not move forward. So it is difficult to write 20 dreams. But for me, those were needs and actually not dreams. So when I was asked to make a dream list, I wrote my need list and not the dream list. Right? So there is an option when it is a dream, and you're not too attached to the dream, and if it doesn't get achieved, sometimes it is okay. When it is a need, you have to have it. Yes? So I wrote my 20 needs that I really wanted to achieve in my life. So after that, you know, so I am happy that I come from a background where I was not given, or I was not served everything on the platter. I was not born with a silver spoon. Though when I was a kid, I used to complain about these things. But today, I'm really happy that God made me go through all those challenges, because if not for those challenges, I wouldn't be here today. And I learned how to dream in those tough times. Characters are built in valley, is what they said, right? So I'm grateful that I went through all that. And all of you who are going through tough times, all the best. Congratulations. Because if you don't see the hardship, I don't think you will see success for a very long period of time. Right? So yeah. So I started this business in 2008. I signed up in 2008, and I am a lucky hot zone, and I always say this. How many of you hot zones? Awesome. So I was a lucky hot zone. Now, why I'm calling myself a lucky hot zone is because if somebody would have shown me plan, I wouldn't have signed up. Thankfully, the plan was not shown to me. Like a complete plan was not shown to me, right? So I was not given a choice to sign up. Nobody asked me, are you open to do something? Right? Nobody gave me that call and said, are you open to do something? Okay? I was straight away signed up in the business. And if I wasn't, then probably I wouldn't be here today. Because I'm not someone who trusted this industry. Right? I'm sure, I don't know, if you all were positive about network marketing, were you? Were you all positive about network marketing? No? Were you? So I was not someone who was very positive about it, because before this, someone approached me for another company. Okay, when I was in job, someone approached me for another company called Highway. Okay? And and I saw that person, working in that company and making, I don't know how much money, but was very excited. There was a couple. So when I was in a job, I shifted to a place called, I can get down myself. So I started working in a place called Surat. How many of you heard Surat? Anyone from Surat? Jai Jinendra. So I used to stay in Surat, and I used to work there in an insurance company. And because of lack of money, I used to stay in a paying guest accommodation with a friend of mine. So there was this couple. I used to stay with them in a 1-bedroom hall kitchen apartment. So I used to sleep in their living room. Okay? So they were doing Highway. Sorry. So they were doing Highway, okay? And they, every day morning, okay? So people who do that, Highway, okay, their religion is to, every day in the morning, listen to some tapes, some trainings. Like you listen to 5+3 or whatever videos, right? You watch and you learn. So their routine used to be morning, you wake up with some motivational session, okay? So they used to have these tapes. So they used to wake up, and the first thing you listen to those tapes. And I didn't know anything what they were doing. And these motivational tapes actually kept motivating me. There were some really good sessions, okay? And the sessions kept motivating me. I kept growing in my career, okay? They did not approach me. When I got another job and I had more money to afford my own accommodation, I told them that I'm going to leave this accommodation, I'm going to shift to my own, is when they thought, oh, she'll go. So let us approach her, okay? And they said, we are a part of a business, and would you want to do it? I said, what is this about? And they said, there is some event which is happening, and you have to come with us, okay? So the event was happening in Ahmedabad, and they said, you have to come with us. And obviously, I had no time because I was very busy in my job. And I had no intent actually to travel to Ahmedabad, spend money, pay them a ticket money to attend an event which I don't know what it is about. Okay? So they said, there is an event when you come. I said, no. Okay? And so they went to an event, and I was all alone at home. And once their event got over, I started getting calls. You don't know what you're missing. A lot of you are going to make these calls after the event, isn't it? You know where I am, you know what we are doing, and all those videos and everything they started forwarding, and they were really excited about it. And they said, when we come back, we need to again sit with you and talk because you don't know what you're missing in your life. So I said, okay. And then they kept talking to me again and again and again and again. And I said, since they are my friends, it's my responsibility to ask them what exactly it is. You're asking me to put in money into something, but you're not telling me what it is. So they explained me the plan. I understood nothing. Okay? So, but I understood one thing, that some things has to be sold. Kuch bechna padega. Right? So I asked them, how do you sell? So they said, we go to people's house. Okay? And these are some really good facial creams and all. And we tell them the benefit, and then they buy. If they want to see the effect, we do the facial on them. And they see the effect, and then they buy. Okay? And there were some floor cleaners. Okay? So they used to go to people's house, and they used to clean their floor to show them how effective the floor cleaner is, and people used to buy. Now, I was in a decently paying job, okay? And I said, and I was making some, I'm talking about 2002, 2003, I was making 50,000 rupees a month. Good income those days, isn't it? So, so I said, how much money are you making? They said, we easily make 1100 to 1600 rupees. I said, in a day? They said, no, in a month. But we are very new in the business. So I said, how much time you've spent in this business? They said 6 years. So I said, are you kidding me? 6 years you've been working with such passion. You're making 1100 to 1600 rupees and you're still continuing. Hats off to your commitment. But with this speed, if I work in corporate, I will make much more money with only my promotions. Isn't it? So yes, so this industry, so that is the time I actually got negative about the industry. Before that, I had no clue about the industry. Yeah? So then every time a person used to come and talk to me about network marketing, 1100 to 1600 rupees, ting, no, don't go there. And I used to visualize myself cleaning somebody's floor, doing somebody's facial. And I said, no, this is not the industry that I want to work in. And those days, network marketing was only highway, right? So you don't have to say network marketing. If you say, I do highway, people used to understand. Yes or no? Right? So I said, isse dur rehna, baki kuch bhi kar lena life mein. Okay? So I was that kind of a person. And when QNet came in our life, honestly, I wasn't approached. My husband was approached, okay, by our ex-boss. And since Sachin had no time, he was traveling at that time, Sachin said, since he's approaching us again and again, why don't you go and understand? So I said, okay. So we set a meeting. I went there to meet him. And he is a good friend of mine still, okay. And he said, you have to do something, and you will make 12,000 rupees. That was one check that time. So you have to do something, and you will make 12,000 rupees. So I said, why would I do something for 12,000 rupees? But at least I said, it is better than highway. 1100 to 1600 to 12,000, right? So I said, what is that something? He said, that I don't know. That I don't know, that I have to ask somebody who actually signed me up. So I said, who signed you up? He said, my brother-in-law in Thailand, he signed me up. So he called his brother-in-law. He said, I'm sitting with my friend. She's asking how she can make 12,000 rupees. So he said, I don't know. I have to ask somebody who signed me up. So he said, okay, so let me check the whole financial part of it and I'll get back to you. Okay. The next day, that person also called his referrer, I don't know where, and he said, I don't know, I need to check with somebody who referred me. Okay. And then in between, Sachin came back from his travel and he said, did you meet him? I said, yes, I met. He said, you have to do something, and you will make 12,000 rupees. And when I asked him what I need to do, he had no clue about it. So he will get back after checking with his senior. Okay? He took almost 15 to 20 days to get back. He came home at 3 in the morning, 12 in midnight, left at 3 or 4 in the morning, and he tried to show us the plan. He still did not know how it worked, but he tried to show something, okay? And for his effort, Sachin said, we should sign up. I said, I'm not signing up. If you want to sign up, you can. So till I don't understand, I won't sign up. So Sachin was excited. He had no money. We had to arrange for it. So Sachin arranged from somewhere. He was waiting. He applied for a new credit card. The credit card took around 1.5 months to come. And then after 1.5 months, he signed up. And at the same time, he signed me up without even checking with me. That was good. Okay. So when I said how many of you are lucky hot zones now, you know what? We are chain of hot zones. So I am Sachin's hot zone. Sachin is his referrer's hot zone. His referrer is someone's hot zone in Thailand. That Thailand guy is someone's hot zone in Hong Kong. And that Hong Kong guy is someone's hot zone in Hong Kong again. And that guy is someone's hot zone in Bombay. So you think after doing plan, business starts. No. If you get right people, business just starts. Right? None of us knew anything about the business. We just started. Okay? Why? Because after 2000, the next figure that the person quoted was 3.58 crores. Right? So today it is 7 crores. But those days, it was 3.58 crores in a year. Big money. Those days used to be a big money. So he said 3.58 crores. Uska आधा भी बना लिया ना, तो भी life set है. Right? आधे का आधा भी बना लिया ना, तो भी life set है. उसका भी आधा बना लिया ना, तो भी salary से ज़्यादा है. उसका भी आधा बना लिया ना, तो भी life set है. Right? And हम दो लोग हैं. हम दोनों उसका आधे के आधे के आधे का आधा भी बनाएंगे तो life set है. Okay? And looking at that figure, I said, chalo, you do it. Okay, tu chal, main aayi. Right? So Sachin started doing it. 4 months in the business, he decided to quit his job. Why? Not because he was making a lot of money in the business. He decided to quit his job because he was getting promotion in job. Weird, na? So he was getting promoted in his job, and he said, if I take this position, then I have to keep traveling. And if I travel, I won't be able to build the business, as if we were making millions in the business. Anybody would have taken this opportunity. Okay? He said, my heart is here. I want to do it. I want to do this. And I don't want to take up that position. And I said, chhod do. Leave your job now only. Why? Because I also never wanted him to leave me and travel. Didn't know what is coming next. Okay? So he said, are you sure? Should I quit? I said, quit. Kharche ka kya karenge? I said, I'll run the house for some time. Till the time you don't start earning money. Let me take that responsibility. And so he quit his job. The tough time started, right? So where I was scared that, you know, if he take up the promotion, becomes a national head, he will start traveling a lot. In this business, he started traveling a lot, right? So the situation was same, but at least he was traveling to make his dream come true and not traveling to make somebody else's dream come true. So that was the only difference. And so obviously, money doesn't come from day one. For a lot of you, if you have started earning money from first week itself, congratulations, great going, right? But for us, it didn't happen, okay? So we didn't make too much money, or Sachin didn't make too much money initially, and there were tough times, okay? And 2009, he just said, you know, and at that time, I was running a consultancy. So I was placing people in high-paying jobs, okay? So when you are in HR, you take a lot of interviews, you select people, and I was very comfortable doing such things. And so I was running my consultancy, but 2008, recession came in. And companies stopped hiring people. Complete stop, okay? And my business went down completely. And there was absolutely no money coming in. There were struggles, but ghar chal raha tha, okay? So I never wanted to quit that. A year later, in between, the WeCon happened. So somebody told us about WeCon, and Sachin got excited, and he said, we should go, we must go, blah, blah, blah. I said, there's no money. How we will go? There's no money to even pay the rent. How are we going to go? He said, I don't know, but somehow we'll manage, and somehow we'll go. I didn't say anything. I said, Mungeri lal ke haseen sapne bolne mein kya jata hai, right? So he was arranging. He paid some 50% money to book the flight, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, still there was no money. And I think it was some last date where we had to do the VCon registration. It happens, no, last day to register or whatever. Those days, I think there was no on-site bookings or whatever. So last day, and we had to pay the money, and he was in my office, okay, and he had some meeting, he had some plans to be shown, and my work was already done. So I took his car back home, and he decided to come later, okay, after finishing his plan. So he finished his plan, and he realized he's not carrying any money in his pocket, okay? And so to remove 100 rupees, because itne to paise bhi nahi the na. You remember those days when you used to remove 100 rupees from your bank account? Yeah? So we used to remove 100 rupees to spend so that we don't spend too much. So he went to the ATM to withdraw 100 rupees. He put his card, he punched in his PIN, which Karan Singh Magic doesn't know. Okay, he punched his PIN, and there was 4 lakh rupees in the bank account. And trust me, and he called me and he said, "Baby, 4 lakh rupees aa gaye account mein." My first reaction was not kahan se. I said, "Nikal lo, galti se aunge, wapas ho jayenge." You know, मतलब भूखे को खाना मिल जाए और क्या चाहिए. So ऐसे निकाल लो, पता नहीं किसके होंगे, गलती से आ गए होंगे, और पता चल गया ना बैंक को, तो वो वापस रिवर्स कर देंगे. फटाफट निकाल लो सारे पैसे. He said, लेकिन अभी कैसे निकालो ATM से, बैंक जाना पड़ेगा. I said, कल सुबह जाओ. Okay. So somewhere the money came from. I'll tell you where that money came from. So from somewhere the money came. The flight tickets were booked, everything was booked, VCon was booked, and we left for VCon without even checking from where the money came. Okay? VCon. I went there, first day. I said, ये motivational ज्ञान, tapes, बहुत सुने थे ना मैंने मेरे PG accommodation में. I said, तुम लोग जाओ, you guys go, and I'm not coming. Okay? He said, come for the first day, it is a traditional day. Okay? If you don't like it, don't come from tomorrow. So I said, chalo. I went there. And those days, VCon was real VCon. It was not India VCon. Right? Because we had not started building India then. Okay? So those days, we used to see people from 50, 60 countries coming, their flags, and, you know, 6,000-7,000 people, I think, that VCon. And so many people. And you know, being an Indian, when you have never moved out of your country, you see Goras, you feel very happy. Right? Bada company hai. There are Goras there. So, you know, seeing people from different nationalities, and the belief suddenly went up. And I said, ye to sahi hai. And if there are 6,000-7,000 people who are so excited, and from different parts of the world, there was no reason for me to not be excited. And I said, एक आदमी पागल हो सकता है, दूसरा आदमी पागल हो सकता है, लेकिन ये 6,000-7,000 लोग पागल नहीं हो सकते. Right? All 7,000 people lost it at the same time. Not possible, right? So I said, there's some problem with me. Why are these people so excited? And the first day happened, the opening happened, Chief came on stage, and he said something very interesting, which I did not understand what he was talking about, but very interesting. And I said, yeah, I can listen to this guy for some more time. See the arrogance? Okay. So, in the opening happened, everything was done. And I somehow, looking at that grand opening, all the V partners, though I did not know what V partners really meant at that time, all the V partners on stage and so many people cheering, so many flags going here and there. I said, I want to see what's going to happen the next day. Okay? So next day, I was the first person to wake up everybody else. We were staying in an apartment, okay? So there were 11 people that week on. We were staying in an apartment and sleeping on a bunk bed. I am sure many of you must have done those arrangements also When you have no money, what do? It was a 3-bedroom apartment. There were 13 people, sorry, not 11, 13 people staying in that apartment. Okay? No hotel rooms, nothing. So I was the first one to bang everyone's door and to wake them up and say, chalo, 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 chalo. Next day morning, I went first. Session was a dream session by AVP Kalai, which I always mention her name because I think she changed the way I looked at the business. And she spoke about dreams, and trust me, I don't remember what she spoke. I remember nothing. The only thing I remember is her walk from the VIP stage to the main stage. She was wearing something black, which was shimmering, okay? And the spotlight was on her. The crowd was going crazy. And that walk from the VIP stage to the main stage was my dream. And I said, boss, ye to karna banta hai. Itne kahan log pagal hote? Right? And I'm sure she must be making money also. And she gave that dream. I will not say that was an ultimate dream, but good to get started with. Okay? So I came back from VCon, got really excited, and I said, I should shut down my business, and I should do this full time. And I had taken the decision during VCon that I don't want to run my traditional business, and I want to do this full time. So I came back, I shut down my consultancy. 2019, September, I became full time and started from there. Now the tough time actually started then, okay? So tough time started then. So I was very confident that since I run a consultancy, I take people's interview, no? Nobody can say no to me because I select people. And I know so many candidates that I placed in different companies. So I said, okay, I will talk to these people. I've given them jobs. They will sign up like that. So I became full-time, started talking to people. The first person said no. I thought maybe I don't know how to do plan. Okay. Second person said no. I said maybe, you know, this guy also is not open and probably I showed him the plan at the wrong time or whatever. I had no skill set, trust me, because nobody taught me anything. And I just started going and talking to people, and I spoke to so many people. I don't have a count. You know, I don't understand when people say, I did 100 plans and I did not get a sign up. I sometimes wonder, where do they get time to count 100? You know, if the dream is big enough, you don't have time to count the rejections, right? So I don't know how many plans, okay? And everybody started saying no. All the candidates I placed ever in my life said no. My relatives said no. My friends said no. And I had very few friends, by the way. I probably had like 2 friends and 10 people in total that I knew, even in my office, okay? Because I used to be always a no-nonsense person. Like Gautam was saying, she was looking like a snob. A lot of people told me this. That, you know, when we looked at you, we thought you were very arrogant. So some problem with my looks, it seems, okay? So I hardly used to talk to people. I was very reserved because, you know, I was that backbencher, not in the school. In the school, I was always a topper. But I was so shy and reserved that whenever I used to go to the system also, I used to be the person who used to sit at the last chair in the last row, because if somebody sees me and says hi, I don't know what to say after hi, right? So I was that shy. And I was very reserved. And since I was reserved, people thought I'm arrogant and don't want to talk to them. So when I started talking to people, they suddenly thought, why is she talking? She's so arrogant, she never spoke to us, right? So even my friends, okay, they never said, kahan phas gayi, kya? Nobody gave me any gyan, but they straight away said, this is not something that we want to do. And I was struggling. In between, some sign-ups I got, but none of them actually really wanted to work. So after a couple of rejections, I kept going back, checking what is it that I'm doing wrong, why so many rejections and why this is not happening. And some mechanical changes, this and that, and everything I did, but was not getting successful. And the more rejections I was getting, the more anger was getting built up inside, right? I became so angry because I'm not used to failures. I've never failed in my life, and I will never fail in my life. So, you know, someone who has never failed, came first in class, was good in studies, good in sports, good in extracurricular activities, debate competitions, speeches, and I used to be always there, participating in everything, whether singing, drama, this, that, everything. So someone like that who's never faced failure, rejections, yes, many times in life, but no failure as such. I never let failure happen to me. I don't want to know what is failure. I till date, the only fear that I have is a fear of failure, nothing else. And in a good way, because that pushes me to do what I really want to achieve in life. So I, you know, started talking to people, people rejected, and that anger that was building up, thank God that happened with me, because if people wouldn't have said no, I wouldn't be here. Because every time somebody said no, I said, isko dikhaungi sale ko. You know, every time somebody said no, I said, I'll show you. Okay? And since I've already told so many people, I'll show you, even after year and a half, if I'm not making money, I cannot go back to job. Because I know these people will come and haunt me and say, dikha diya tune? Right? So because I've taken so many pangas, okay, I said, I cannot go back to job. I have to succeed. Kept doing plans, kept doing plans, kept doing plans. And you know what? I made my first official ever check after 18 months in this business. And after 18 months when I made my first check, it was like, is business mein paisa banta hai. Right? I don't know how many of you will wait for 18 months to see money in the business. So after 18 months, I made my first check. And exactly when I finished 22 months in this business, I maxed out. So from the time I started making money, it's actually 4 months I took to start maxing out. And after, okay, now I proudly always say this, I'm not a max out who maxed out once and never maxed out. I'm someone who maxed out once and kept maxing out, kept maxing out, kept maxing out throughout till today. So there's not even a single week that I remember or I know where I did not max out. And today it is not, you know, about maxing out on one TC. That happened long back. It is about maxing out on multiple TCs. So paisa to banta hai. Okay, so 22 months, and that 18 months journey was tough, but it was all worth it. So, you know, in these 18 months, those were the toughest time of my life, because I think that was a testing time. God was also trying to see if she will survive. And I think God tests you every time. If you're serious, then you survive. If you're not, then you ship out, you know. So after 22, so in these 18 months, okay, I tried everything. As I said, rejections were happening and everything. And I remember when I was, I think, 3 months or 4 months old in the business. When I was 4 months old in the business, I had a friend who was my roommate. So I spoke to her. She used to live in Dubai. And those days, no, people who used to live in Dubai, we used to like look up to them, isn't it? So I said, Dubai mein hai, paisa hoga. I spoke to her, prospected her. We partner Dev Wadhwani showed plan to her in Dubai. And so Dev called me up and Dev said, your friend is signing up. Okay? And she's signing up with a 13 header. Matlab pehla bumper lottery. Right? 13 header. And I was so happy that I went to Sachin and said, your people sign up with what, 2, 3 UVs? Look at my friends, 13 header. right? And I had no clue how the organization actually worked at that time. The reason why that sign-up happened, I still did not make money because Sachin told me to put my friend under Sharfun. So actually my own friend is my crossline, my entire family is my crossline. So all fuck ups, but let's not talk about it. And that's the reason why I made my first check after 18 months. So yeah. You know, so this lady signed up and she was my only hope. I said, koi to mila. She was my only hope. And I was very serious and I started talking to her, started pumping up, started motivating. And then she said, you know what, I am coming to Jaipur, okay? I'm coming to Jaipur and I have family there and I have lined up a couple of plans. Why don't you guys come and show plans for me? So I looked at Sachin, I said, she's calling us to Jaipur, she has a lot of prospect, why we should go? But trust me, we had no money because both of us were not making money. And so he said, okay, chalo, chalte hain. Going to Jaipur was difficult because obviously there was no money. So we booked a train, we traveled in a train called Garib Rath. Have you ever heard of this train? Okay. So we traveled, now there's no problem in traveling in Garib Rath. But we traveled in Garib Rath without reservation. Okay? Because there was no money, we thought Garib Rath hai, they will consider even if we are caught. Okay? So sometimes we used to sit on that wooden bench that they had in Garib Rath. I don't know what compartment that was. And sometimes we used to sit on the newspaper outside the toilet. And it was a long journey from Pune. And we traveled by train. And you know, while I was sitting outside the toilet on a newspaper, because there was no other place to sit, and we had to reach Jaipur, you know, I was not sad. I was not crying on my situation, because there's no point crying. But I was feeling so angry that I have to go through this. I was not feeling sad. I was feeling angry. And again, I was, you know, taking a decision and promising myself that this situation will never come back again in my life. This will never happen. Okay? And we reached Jaipur. And we thought when we reached Jaipur that we will stay with her because her in-laws were there. I will stay with my friend. And we were very good friends. Somebody who signs up on your trust, 13 header. Achhi friend hogi na. So we thought, good friend, she will call us home and we will stay with her. So she came to the railway station. She said, oh, good to see you, blah, 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 hugged and all that. She said, okay, so where are you staying? Me and Sachin looked at each other and said, hum to iski ghar mein hi rehne wale the. So, now how to say? You know that, listen, we don't have money, we did not book any hotel, so we thought we'll stay with you. So we did not say anything. We looked at each other and we said, kahin to, yeah, we'll do something, we'll do some arrangement. She said, oh, you did not do it yet. I said, no, but we'll do it, okay? She said, tata, bye-bye. She went home. She said, okay, we'll meet tomorrow at 10 is the first plan. Now, all alone in Jaipur, not knowing this city, having no money, okay, we found a Swami Narayan temple. We slept whole night in the temple, okay? And, you know, when that happened, I took another decision. I said, this situation will never come back ever in my life. Spent 5 days there. And morning, used to get ready, sleep in a temple, morning get ready, go sit in a coffee shop like a millionaire, boss. Because banne to wale hai na millionaire, right? Sit in a coffee shop like a millionaire and do the plan. This girl didn't know how to prospect. Everybody said no, okay? After 3 to 4 days, she said, and you know what, sitting in a coffee shop, if you're not ordering anything, what happens? They kick you out of the coffee shop. But who has money to have coffee worth 200 rupees? Hello, please. 200 rupees if I would have eaten for 2 days, you know. So we used to, you know, sneak out to the washroom whenever the bill used to come. Okay, and this girl had to pay. Somehow we managed. And then nobody signed up. Some people said, we'll think about it, get back to you, blah, blah, blah. Then she said, I have few people known to me in Delhi also. Why don't we go to Delhi? So we said, chalo, we have come till Jaipur, let's go to Delhi also. Okay. We went to Delhi in a ST bus. Okay. And she said, I have a friend of mine who lives in Punjabi Bagh, and we'll stay with her. So I said, okay, I don't mind. Okay. We get down the bus, her friend comes to receive her, and she says, okay, so I'm leaving. You message me your address wherever you're staying. I said, phir kaata isne. Right? And then me and Sachin were sitting in Nizamuddin station, looking at each other, thinking where to go. And suddenly one Sardarji came in, he was a taxi driver, he said, I'll take you somewhere in a good hotel, don't worry. So he said, Bhaiya, we don't have money, but take us to the cheapest one. He said, yeah, don't worry. So he took us to a place called Paharganj. How many of you from Delhi? Paharganj. Super place to stay, isn't it? Right? 5-star hotels are only in Paharganj. So we stayed in a shadiest place ever I've seen in my life, okay, where there are cameras inside the bedroom also. Now for what, I don't know. Okay, suddenly you look around, you see one camera panning at you. Okay, so I said, okay, chalo, whatever. Okay, so we stayed in Paharganj, and then we used to go to Punjabi Bagh every day and do plans and come back. None of them signed up. We came back. Okay. Now many such incidences happened. This girl then got negative. She did so much with us, we should get negative. She got negative and she quit the business. Okay. And we came back and I came back with so much of anger and so many decisions in my life that, you know, I was not ready to go through that situation again, ever. You know. So thank God, you know, she came in my life who gave me that anger back, because somewhere I think I was losing it, okay? The struggle started all over again. Now, if we were at neutral, we were this time at minus, okay? And kept working, kept working, kept working, kept working, kept working. And, you know, I seriously don't know if I really had a dream or if I today still have a dream. Because I don't know if it is a need or a dream, because people call it dream when I say I want to be a billionaire, because a lot of people come and ask me, what do you want to be? And I say, I want to be a billionaire, and people say, good dream. I think it is my need, okay? So I don't know the difference between actually dream and need. So kept struggling, as I said, 18 months, okay? Digvijay shared that he came and he said, tu mere saath kaam karegi kya? You know, he said, will you work with me? I wanted to hug him and say, mere lal, mere peele, tera hi to wait kar rahi thi. There was nobody on my cash out. Right? So he thought, okay, I'm obliging him by working with him. And I was saying, I got somebody at least, you know, who I can work with. And I was so angry and hungry for money, for success, for growth, that, you know, I don't know, after, you know, he telling me that he wants to work, I don't know how much he worked, but I started working, right? And he signed up a couple of people, started working with them, and their downlines, 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 and their downlines. That 18 months went like that. You know, 4 months after 18 months, it went like that. And I did not realize when the max out actually happened. So there was, you know, when I was these 4 months, after getting an active downline, when I worked, okay, there was no track of lunch, breakfast, dinner, okay, what time it is, have I slept, for three days, I used to travel to Delhi. For three days, I don't remember I slept. I don't remember when I ate or I ever ate. I used to do back to back, 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 back to back plans. Okay? And signing up, and then doing plans, and then signing up, and then doing plans. And this used to go on for continuously 3 days. And by 12, after the plans used to get over, I used to sit with them, train them, because that was the only time I used to get to train them. So till morning, we used to do trainings. And morning again, back to back, back to back, back to back. So several days like that. Several days like that. And that's the only way you can max out in 4 months. There's no other way. There is no other way. You cannot daydream. You cannot sit back and say, oh, one day, I will max out. That one day will not come if your work ethic today, if you go to the association in the evening, 6 o'clock, and you come back by 12, you're not someone who's going to max out, my promise to you. But if you want to really max out, you have to start your day in the morning, and you should not realize what time it is when you come back home, right? And because success don't come easy. It never comes easy. When it starts coming, what you do will decide whether the success will remain or it will go. So you might see some success and then the downfall. It is about what you do when you're here and not what you do when you're here. So when you're at the peak and what you do when you're here will decide whether this will sustain. Okay? Because when you're here, you will do something to go here. Am I making sense to you? Right? Because, so max out. So the decisions that I had taken, that I will never, this situation will never come in my life, like traveling in Garib Rath without a train ticket. Today, I don't remember when was the last time I traveled in a train. I don't remember when was the last time I traveled in an economy flight. I don't even remember the last time I traveled in a business class. I don't travel below first class because I deserve it. And I'm not saying this bragging about myself. Trust me, if there is a flight which doesn't have a first class, there are flights like that who don't offer you first class. I crib, I cry for a whole week by just thinking that I have to travel business class. Because that is my need, it is not a dream. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to sit like this when the other person's arms is touching your arms. Why? No. I don't want to travel business class because the other person sitting next to you can see what you're eating. I don't want anybody to see on my plate what I'm eating. I want my cabin. I want my privacy. Right? So that decision that I took is the decision that I'm living today. Then the decision that I took that I will, the temple that we stayed in, I don't stay in less than 5-star today. And if possible, 7-star. Why? Because I've lived that life. I don't want to go back there. If the bathroom of the hotel is not good, I don't step inside the hotel. As simple as that. You might think it is such an arrogant behavior. No, it is not. But I can afford it and I deserve it. Right? And I worked bloody hard for it. It did not come easy to me. I worked bloody hard. I slogged my ass off, okay, to achieve this. So I deserve it, okay? And today when people come and ask me, what else you want to achieve? I want to achieve a lot of things. I was born in a house, okay, with no plastered wall. You guys live in a house like Rajiv was saying he was born in a jhopadpatti. Exactly. So it was not less than a jhopadpatti, okay? So it had no plastered wall. It had a ceiling which used to leak during rains, and there was no tile. It was a cemented floor, and we used to live in that one room, 5 people, okay? And today, and you know, I always wanted to have a house of my own. I always wanted that, okay? And the only dream after I reached a certain level in the business to have the best house in this world. And today, I'm building a house in Dubai, which is 38,000 square feet built up. Now that 38,000 square feet, my bathroom, my guest bathroom probably is bigger than the room I used to stay in as a kid. And that's a decision. When I wrote my dream list, I said, ye dream nahi hai, these are my needs. So I can't stay in a small house. I need to stay in a house which is so big that we have to buy a bicycle to roam around the entire house. And we would need actually, you know. So there is, you know, there's everything in that house. So, you know, people go out to watch a movie. I have a movie theater inside my house. People move out to go to spa and salon. I have it in my house. People go out in a bar to drink and party. I have that in my house. I have a lounge in my house. People go out to exercise and swim. I have a gym and a swimming pool inside my house. People go, whatever people go out to do, I have everything inside my house because I want to live like a queen. I don't want to go out and do things. People will come and serve me. As simple as that, because I deserve it. Because I've slogged myself for this. And I deserve it, and I believe in it. Okay? And today, what do I really want? Why am I still active? Why am I still working? It's simple. I am not someone who had a dream. I am someone who's a dreamer. And there's a big difference between saying, I have a dream. We all say this, I have a dream. And there's a difference in being a dreamer. So when you have a dream, you will achieve that and you will go back and sleep, isn't it? But when you are a dreamer, you keep dreaming constantly. It is never ending. So when you write your 20 dreams, if you achieve 10, the laziest person on this planet is actually you. Because you have already achieved it. Rest of the 10 was anyway not important. You wrote it just for the heck of it. And you are the most complacent person on this planet because you had a dream or you have a dream. But when you are a dreamer, no matter whatever you achieve, you keep going next and next and next and next. Is becoming billionaire a dream? Yes, because I'm a dreamer. How will I become? I don't know. Did I know how to become a millionaire? I did not know. But I became, no? So I don't know how I'll become a billionaire, but I will become. And I know that. I know something will happen. I will do something and I will become. Or I don't know, QNet will change the compensation plan and the max out will not be a $1 million. Max out might become $1 billion. It will happen, I'm telling you, right? And I will achieve it from here, correct? So I will become because I'm a dreamer. I'm not someone who had a dream. I'm not arrived in life. I always have my next goal and the next goal and the next goal. And you know what? When I see you all in VCon, okay? As I said, you know, it was, people used to come from different parts of the country in VCon. And that was a real VCon. And today, the VCon is India VCon actually because we started building India. You know what? The new dream is, I want to bloody build the world. So it is, so when there are 12,000 Indians here, okay, there will be 12,000 Vietnamese, there will be 12,000 people from London, 12,000 from Kazakhstan, 12,000 from Turkey, 12,000 from all over the world, every bloody freaking country I want to build, and I want to get a big team. And this stadium will not be 12,000. We will have 10 times bigger stadium and there will be 50,000 people. And this is a new dream. And what will I get? I don't know. Maybe I will make my billions out of this. Right? So some of you are sitting here and thinking, do to sign up nahi ho rahe mere. She's talking about building the world. Do sign up mere bhi nahi ho rahe the. Tabhi bhi 38,000 square feet ka ghar chahiye tha. But, you know, आपने अपने dreams, you have, you know, put a price tag, you have put a tax on it. Dream देखने के पहले भी tax calculate करते हैं हम उसके पहले कि price क्या pay करना पड़ेगा, अच्छा time spend करना पड़ेगा, अच्छा family का time काटना पड़ेगा, अच्छा ये करना पड़ेगा, उसको tax लगा के उसकी value निकाली, कम करके बोला ये तो नहीं चलेगा. सो 2 साइन अप ना मेरे भी नहीं हो रहे थे, तभी भी बड़े बड़े सपने देखे थे। 2 साइन अप आपके भी नहीं हो रहे हैं ना, 50,000 के सपने देखो, अगले साल 10 आ जाएंगे। So don't limit your dream. Whenever you close your eyes and you see something, which you think today it is not achievable, see that dream. When you see that dream, something will happen. Don't rationalize it and don't think, बड़े बड़े सपने, बड़े बड़े ही सपने देखने होते हैं, छोटे छोटे तो हर कोई देखता है, राइट? मेरा लोन रीपे हो जाए, मेरी कार का लोन रीपे हो जाए, मेरा घर लोन फ्री हो जाए, ये सपने तो हर कोई देखता है. Everybody sees that dream. But what you got to see is a big dream. Okay? So let's take a pledge today, all of you, in fact. Okay? All of you. Why only people who reached a certain level need to think about building the world? Why not all of us? And all the people, I'm not only talking to you, all the people sitting at the back on the VIP stage. You know what? I'm telling you guys, I don't know whether you build it or not. You build it or no. I will build it. And I'm telling you this. Now it is up to you to decide whether you are going to stand with me or not. To all of you. And to all of you, because I'm going to be a billionaire. If you want to be, then you got to stand with me. Will you? Will you? And I want each one of you to stand with me and dream with me. Because सब बोलते हैं नहीं होगा, कैसे होगा, बड़े बड़े सपने हैं, देखते हैं सब अपने आप होगा, क्योंकि हमारे पास देखने की औकात है. So I am going to build it. Will you build it with me? Will you stand with me? You know what? I don't want many of you to go back tomorrow, bloody hell. You will see a news in the newspaper and half of you will tomorrow die. Will you? Or will you stand with me? Stand for your bloody dream. Make it happen, because this is the only life we have. We don't know if we are going to come back in this world again. This is the only life we have. Let's make it worth living. Let's not bullshit. AV, let's not bullshit. Okay? And let's see big dreams. Because बहुत बड़े सपने हैं यहाँ पे, राइट? और ये सस्ते सपने देख के अपनी औकात नीचे नहीं करनी है. तो हम दुनिया बदलेंगे और हम दुनिया बिल्ड करेंगे. और and German cars, when we started, I said, 10 of my downlines will buy a German car. Today, I don't know how many thousands of people own German cars in my organization, all of you. Okay, each one of you. Believe in this when I'm saying this. Each one of you who have a dream will have your German car next year. Next year when you come for DWD. And I want to make a promise to you all. There's one promise that I want to make to you all. If you buy a German car till next year, all of you who are present here, if you buy a German car next year and you come to DWD, I will take each one of your car to the stage and you will get down from your German car on the stage and you will address the crowd. Let's bloody show the world it is possible and we are not fools. Whether it is a bloody newspaper, your uncle, your neighbor, whoever says anything, tell them to shut up and F off. Because we will make it happen. And it is not about being a millionaire. There are a lot of people who get some lottery and also become a millionaire. We will become billionaires and our dreams are big. We don't deduct taxes when we dream. And all of you are going to build the world. Not only me, each one of you. Get your German cars, get your houses, live a bloody life king size, travel in first class. These are needs, these are not dreams. And trust me, it will not take more than 2 years for each one of you to have an event of 10,000 people. It doesn't take that much time. It just takes that one small decision. And your presence today in DWD, do not waste it by just going, clapping for somebody, going back home and saying, it was a good day. When you're here now, bloody take that decision. Don't waste this opportunity by not taking a decision. Take a decision. And when you come next, DWD, make sure you come in your German car on the stage, wearing your Italian suit and your Italian shoe, and show the world who you are. So dream big. And I will see you in next DWD in your German car, you buying a villa with your 10,000 people, and we will hire a stadium which can accommodate 50,000 people. And I am building the world. Will you build with me? Are you going to stand with me? Go build. सपने देखो, सब पूरे होंगे, सब भूल जाओ. जो लोग बोलते हैं ना, उनको बोलो. Thank you.